Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiplication. And the lessons we're going to cover today are choose numbers with a particular product, multiply numbers ending in zeros, multiply three numbers up to two digits each. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I am on grade 4 math. Let's just start with the chapter multiplication, right? And the lesson we're going to start with is estimate product multiply larger numbers. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so basically we have to estimate the product. You have to round out each factor to the nearest 10 and then you have to multiply. The numbers given are 87 times 43. You have to round both the numbers to the nearest 10 and then you have to multiply, right? 87 times 43. So you already know how to round off the numbers, right? Here you have 87. 87 is rounded off to which 10? 80 or 90? You need to see 87 is close to which 10? Is it close to 80 or is it close to 90? 87 is close to 90, right? So it would be rounded off to 90. Then you have to do the same thing for 43. You need to see if 43 is close to 40 or 50. 43, here you have 40 and here you have 50. 43 is just 3 points away from 40, right? That means 43 is near to 40, so it would be rounded off to 40, right? Now let's just multiply them. 9 times 4 is 36. Multiply the non-zero values and then add the number of zeros. You have two zeros. For with both the numbers you have one zero, so the product must have two zeros, right? You need to add the zeros. You have 1120, so the product must have two zeros, so that would be 3600. Got it? Same thing you have to do with the practice question. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, estimate the product, round each number to the nearest 10 and then multiply. So 72 times 43. You have to do 72 times 43, right? So 72 is just 2 points away from 70, right? So that means 72 is rounded off to 70. Same for 43. 43 is just 3 points away from 40, right? So it would be rounded off to 40. Just multiply the non-zero values. 7 times 4 is 28 and you have two zeros, so just add two zeros, so it would be 2800. Got it? The correct option is 2800. The next one is 87 times 43. So which is the correct option? That's the one we did on tutorial, isn't it? 87 is rounded off to 90, right? Because it is just three numbers away from 90. So 87 is rounded off to 90. Then you have 43. 87 is rounded off to 90 and 43 is rounded off to 40 because just 43 is just three numbers away from 40, right? So you have to do 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36, so it is 3600. The correct option is 3600. Got it? The correct option is 3600. The next one is estimate the product. 91 times 65. So which is the correct option? 91 is rounded off to 90, right? 91 is rounded off to 90. What about 65? 65 is exactly the midway between 60 and 70. Right here is 65. So if you have a number that is exactly midway between 60 and 70, so it would be rounded off to the greater 10. So it would be rounded off to 70. So you have to do 90 times 70, and 90 times 70 is 9 times 7 is 63, right? So it would be rounded off to 6300. Got it? So the correct option is 6300. Okay, the next one is 63 times 85. So which is the correct option? 63 is rounded off to 60 and 85 is rounded off to 90. So the correct option is yes, 63 is rounded off to 60 and 85 is rounded off to 90. So their product is 9 times 6 is 54. So the correct option is option number 2. That would be 5400. Got it? Okay, the next one is 63 times 87. So 63 is rounded off to 60. And it isn't it exactly the same. 87 is rounded off to 90. So you have to do 9 times 6, and 9 times 6 is 54. So the correct option is option number 1. That is 5400. Right? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is estimate the product round each factor to the nearest 10 and then multiply. So which is the correct option? 55 is rounded off to 60, and again 86 is rounded off to 90. Yes, so the correct option is 9 times 6 is 54. So option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 5400. Okay, the next one is 57 times 31. So 57 is rounded off to 60, and 31 is rounded off to 30. So which is the correct option? 60 times 30 equals, yes, very good. That is option number 1. 3 times 6 makes 18, right? So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is estimate product word problems you have to on your own, right? Then multiply a two-digit number by a two-digit number word problems. Again, you have to do the word problems on your own. The next one is choose numbers with a particular product. Let's just start with the lesson that is choose numbers with a particular product. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. You are given some of the numbers. You need to see the product is for which two numbers, right? Like you're given 80. 80 is the product of which two numbers? You can either see the options 5 times 10 is 80 or 8 times 10 is 80. Which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? The correct option is 10 times 8 is 80. So option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is choose two numbers from the box to complete the multiplication sentence. So which two numbers have the product 77? Which is the correct option? So which is the correct option? Very good. 11 times 7 makes 77. The correct option is 11 times 7. Okay, the next one is choose two numbers from the box to complete the sentence. Dash and dash have a product of 14. So which is the correct option? Which two numbers have the product 14? The correct option is very good. 2 times 7 makes 14. The correct option is 2 and 7 because 2 times 7 makes 14. Very good. Okay, the next one is choose two numbers from the box to complete the multiplication sentence. Dash and dash equals 48. So which is the correct option? The correct option is very good. 6 times 8 is 48. So option number 1 is the correct option. Which two numbers from the box to complete the sentence? Dash and dash have a product of 18. The correct option is very good. 2 times 9 makes 18. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which two numbers from the box to complete multiplication sentence? Dash and dash equals 70. Which two numbers have the product 70? The correct option is, yes, 10 times 7 times 10 equals 70. The correct option is, choose two numbers from the box to complete the sentence. Dash and dash have a product of 110, which is the correct option. The correct option is, very good, 11 times 10 makes 110. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is, okay, the next one is dash and dash equals 120. So which is the correct option? Which two numbers have the product 120? The correct option is second one, 10 times 12 equal 120. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is, multiply a two-digit number by a larger number. Again, word problems. You can do the word problems on your own. The next one we're going to do is multiply numbers ending in zeros. So when the numbers are ending with zeros, it is very easy to multiply them, right? Simply what you have to do, you have to multiply just the non-zero values, right? Just look at the example. 800 times 9, right? Just multiply the non-zero values. 9 times 8, right? 9 times 8 is 72. You have just two zeros with 800, so add the zeros at the end, so that would be 7200. So multiplying with the zeros is very very easy. What you have to do, you simply have to multiply the non-zero values, and you need to add the zeros, total zeros you have. Like for this one, you have 40 times 4, you have only one zero here, right? Just do non multiply non-zero numbers. 4 times 4, 4 times 4 is 16, right? You have one zero, add zero at the end, it would be 160. Option 2 is the correct option. Got it? It is 160. Okay, then you have multiply 30 times 4. So which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? 1 or 2? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? 30 times 4 equals 120. So option 1 is the correct option. Okay, multiply 20 times 60. So which is the correct option? Very good. The correct option is, you need to multiply the non-zero values. You need to do 6 times 2. And yes, that would be 112 because 6 times 2 is 20. So add the 0, right? 106. Okay, the next one is 300 times 1. So which is the correct option? Any number multiplied by 1 equals 300 times 1 equals 300, right? So 1 is the identity. Whatever the number you are multiplying with the 1, the answer is exactly the same number. So 300 times 1 is 300. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, 800 times 4, which is the correct option? Four times 8 is? Yes, it is. 4 times 8 equals 32, right? You have two zeros with 800, so just add the zeros at the end. So the correct option is option number. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. 3200 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 90 times 33, which is the correct option? The correct option is 3 times 9 equals? Yes, 3 times 9 equals 27. You have to add a 0, so it would be 270. The correct option is 270. 700 times 8, which is the correct option? The correct option is 8 times 7 is 56, right? So the correct option is, yes, very good. That would be the second one. 5600 is the correct option. 300 times 7, which is the correct option? The correct option is 7 times 3 is 21. Then you have to add the zeros at the end. So that would be 2100. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 200 times 8. correct option is 8 times 2 is 16. So that would be 1600 is the correct option. The next one is 300 times 2. So which is the correct option? So the correct option is 2 times 3 equals 6. So that would be 600, right? Okay, again complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next one is, okay, multiply numbers ending in zeros, word problems. You have to do the word problems on your own. The next one is multiply three numbers up to two digits each. Okay. Okay. So you have to multiply the numbers. More than two numbers you need to multiply, right? So how do you multiply if you are given more than three numbers? So basically when you are given more than two numbers to multiply, you can make the a pair of a number, like you can do 1 times 3, right? So do 1 times 3 first. 1 times 3 is 3, right? You have the answer for 1 times 3 into 3, and then you have to do make an other pair that would be 3 times 5. So you can do 3 times 5 is 15, right? So just make the pair of numbers. When you have the pair of numbers, it is very easy to find their products. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, 10 times 3 times 10. The first one is 10 times 3 times 10. So just make the pair starting with the first two numbers. Just do 10 times 3, right? And 10 times 3 is 10 times 3 is 30. Now multiply 30 times 10, right? Just multiply the non-zero values and add zeros. So the correct option is 300. Got it? So multiplying more than two numbers is as easy as you multiply two numbers. So just make the pairs and multiply them. So that would be 300. Okay, 6 times 2 times 7. So which is the correct option? The correct option is make just multiply the first two numbers, just do 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12 and then do 12 times 7. So 12 times 7 is 84. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 6 times 7 times 5. So which is the correct option? Yes, you have to do 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. Then you have to do 42 times 5. Got it? So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1, that is 210 is the correct option. Okay, and then you have to do 1 times 3 times 5. So which is the correct option? The correct option is very good. That is 15. 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, multiply 7 times 3 times 5. So which is the correct option? Seven times 3 is 21, right? So you have to do 21 times 5. So 21 times 5 is 105. The correct option is 105. Okay, multiply 10 times 1 times 5. Which is the correct option? Very good. The correct option is 50. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 2 times 5 times 5. Which is the correct option? Very good. The correct option is 50. 5 times 5 is 25 and 25 times 2 is 50. Okay, the next one is multiply 7 times 7 times 10. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 7 times 7 is 49. So that would be 490. Okay, the next one is 6 times 2 times 10. So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, that is 6 times 2 is 12 and 12 times 10 is 120. The correct option is 120. Very good. Okay, the next one is 9 times 3 is 27. And 27 times 2 is, yes, the correct option is 54. 9 times 3 is 27 and 27 times 2 is 54. Okay, 6 times 5 times 9, which is the correct option? Very good. 6 times 5 is 30 and 30 times 9 is, the correct option is 270, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Okay, so we were working on the chapter multiplication. The lessons we have covered today are estimate product by multiply by larger number, but problems you have to do on your own. Then choose numbers with a particular product, multiply numbers ending in zeros, and multiply three numbers up to two digits each, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any questions related to the lesson we just did, so you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions?